Hi, I'm Doreen. I'm a former race car driver and I'm here at Speed Vegas with the Porsche 992 GT3 RS. And I'm not here to talk about the specs or how the car looks from the outside. I'm here to let you know how it really feels to drive this car on the racetrack. So come with me, we jump right into. Okay, first things first, manual. Let's go. So let's start with the most impressive in my eyes in this car, which is the handling. This car just handles perfectly. Wherever you steer, this car does exactly what you want it to do. There's no compromise. It really drives like a go-kart. It's so compact. There's no over or understeering here. It just does whatever you want. It's just perfection. And especially the front end has so much grip. So when you steer in, the car steers right away, exactly where you want it to be. So what they changed from the 991 production line to the 992 is now that the front suspension has a double wishbone, which gives it even more mechanical grip, which then makes the handling better. On top of that, we also run a pretty good tire on the car. We have the Michelin Cup 2 tires, so that helps as well with a lot of mechanical grip, which then makes this handling so perfect. It really, this car drives like on rails. It's so much fun. The GT3 RS comes with a naturally aspirated 4-liter flat-six engine, which brings 525 horsepower, which doesn't sound super impressive. And to be honest, the acceleration is not the most impressive on this car. It's not that I push on the gas and it catapults me to the front. But what is really impressive is how high this car revs. It goes up to 9,000 RPM. And it's insane. People who never driven a Porsche, they always feel like they have to shift earlier. You have the urge to shift because the sound, it just revs so high, and you almost have to force yourself to go that high, because if you shift too early, you lose a lot of power. So that's just insane that you have to rev it unto 9,000 RPM and then shift. That's something very special and very Porsche specific. You shift. It's crazy. God, I can be so late on the brakes. Amazing. Wow. I have no idea how Porsche does that, to be completely honest. I thought the 991 Porsche GT3 RS was already perfect. If you would have asked me what Porsche can do better, I would say nothing. I have no idea. It's already perfect, but somehow they made it. They made it even more perfect with the 992. This car is really, it's precision, it's perfection. Another reason why this car handles so perfectly is the amount of downforce. So Porsche managed to double the downforce from the 991 model and even triple it if you compare it to the base GT3. And if you look at the car, you can really see it. All of these little flaps everywhere, they are there for a purpose. Porsche doesn't do it just for the looks. You can see they changed the front. It's, instead of 3 radiators, you have one big one. You have all of these air intakes, all of these little flaps everywhere. These air outlets were not enough anymore, so Porsche redesigned the whole door that the air comes out on the side now. And you can see that here, it's a whole new door part. You have these little flaps on the roof to guide the air here, and you have this massive, huge wing in the rear. The wing, if you look at it, is even higher than the roof, and now it has 2 parts. So it has a fixed bottom part, and this top part of the wing moves. So it opens up when you drive on the straight, and it closes down to generate more downforce. This is called DRS, drag reduction system. So when you go on a straight, you want the car to go fast. So you don't want the downforce. So what it does, the upper part of the wing goes up so the air can flow through here, and the car basically, the wing doesn't break you or doesn't slow you down. But as soon as you drive in the turns, you want all of the downforce to get the maximum grip. So in that case, the wing goes down, the car gets pressed on the ground, it's more grip, so you can drive faster through the turns. Porsche not just spent hundreds of hours in the wind tunnel to work on the aerodynamics of the GT3 RS, they also shaved off a lot of weight. So this car has so much carbon fiber, it's insane. Carbon fiber here, the roof is carbon fiber. Now the door is carbon fiber, the little duck tail, this is carbon fiber. So many parts on this car are carbon fiber to shave off weight, make it as light as possible. They also got rid of the little trunk in the front. Normally, the front had a little space where you can put like a little weekender in. Now, it's gone. So there's nothing anymore. They got rid of everything. You don't really need to go fast. What really impressed me are the brakes on this car. I thought I'm already late on the brakes at the end of the straight, so I braked really hard and I was still too early. So in this car, gives so much confidence on the brakes, you can brake really, really late. So we cannot talk about the Porsche GT3 RS and not talk about the 7-speed PDK transmission. PDK means Porsche Doppelkupplungsgetriebe. It's a very long, very complicated German word. And it's just perfect. Honestly, this is the best. If I compare it to other supercars, the transmission is amazing. I love that the shift pedals are on the steering wheel. Little note to Ferrari and Lamborghini. That just makes it great. I can always reach them. I personally still keep it in manual because there's one or two turns where the automatic transmission wants to shift in second gear and I would have to shift right up in third gear, which makes everything a little bit twitchy and upsets everything. So I keep it in manual, but nevertheless, the PDK it's perfect. What's really special with the GT3 RS now is also how much you can change as a driver on your steering wheel. The top right here is drive mode. That's pretty standard. You have normal, sport and track. So that's pretty standard. That a lot of other cars have that as well. Now you can adjust your traction control. And normally you can only turn it on and off. But in the GT3 RS now, you can adjust it from 1 to 7. That's something I normally only know from race cars where you can really have different numbers and you can kind of choose how much traction control you want instead of just say on and off. You can also adjust your suspension right here. Normally you needed a mechanic to do that, but now PASM is the button where you can change your suspension in the front and in the rear. So for example, when you are on a very bumpy racetrack, you can make your suspension a little bit softer, or when you're on a very smooth racetrack with brand new tires, for example, you can stiffen it up a little bit. To do that right in here is just amazing. I don't know any other supercar which can do that. Let me know if there's any. Then you can also change your differential. PTB Plus is the button. So for example, if your car is a little bit nervous and oversteering, when you push on the gas at corner exit, you can kind of dimp it down a little bit to make it a bit more stable. So all of these settings, when you press the button, you can change how it reacts when you're on the power or if you're coasting, so you're kind of lifting off the power. You can change all of these settings here. Just amazing feature, love that. You also have another little button here which says DRS, which means drag reduction system. I honestly, when you press the button, the rear wing opens, which I am not 100% sure yet why there is a button, because when I drove, the rear wing opened automatically when I'm on the straight and I push on the gas, and it closed automatically when I reduced my speed. So I can also do it manually when I press the button, but I'm not 100% sure what it is exactly for, because for me it worked automatically. So if someone knows, please let me know. What's the deal here? Why there is a button? If I left it in normal mode, the rear wing is always open. You cannot even close it. So I'm not 100% sure yet, but definitely here's the DRS button. This car, honestly, I had so much fun driving in. It drives like on rails. It's one of my favorite cars to drive on the racetrack. And I'm not just saying that because I'm German and this car is German. No, it's really, it drives like a go-kart. It's pure fun. But this perfection also comes with a pretty hefty price tag. We paid $380,000 for the GT3 RS, which is a lot. And Porsche kind of goes higher and higher with the prices, so it starts to get a little bit insane, but this car is amazing. And if you want to drive it and experience this on the track for yourself, you can drive it at Speed Vegas for $499 for 5 laps, and yeah, you know where to find us.